Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the MLB Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. This is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their new pick. Pick 'em at sign up with MLB SGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, welcome everybody. Me and D-Rock here. We're gonna break down a short-ish slate. I think it's 9 games on the slate. I only see one game off the board. D-Rock, you can correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't think we see pitchers or lines for Houston and the White Sox, but we'll be able to cap off everything else and see if we can get some winners. D-Rock, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Lonte. Good to be with you. I think this is our first show together this year, the baseball pod.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad I'm with you today. Had the day off of work, so it was nice to have the day off. But sad news last night. RIP Willie Mays, man.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure.
Best center fielder of all time. I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't alive to watch him, but I've seen highlights. That one catch over his shoulder. I mean, it's ridiculous. And he had like 600 home runs in like an awful stadium. Imagine if he hit him today. I feel like he'd have the record. But yeah, very sad news to start the show.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I mean, before we get into it, D-Rock, any takeaways you got from the week thus far? How's your bet's been going? Anything exciting as far as you've been seeing?
Bet's not the best, but I mean, I've been eating a lot of McDonald's lately. I'll tell you that. My Mets, man, they got to be the hottest team right now. 7 in a row since Grimace threw out the first pitch, and who would have thought the guy from McDonald's, the mascot, would save our season? Not me, I'll tell you that much. But it's been good. Also, Francisco Alvarez behind the plate, he's been a boost for us as well. I think 18-1 now. Since coming back when he started. So it's been good. Let's see if they could close out the first half of the season strong, though,
Yeah, man. And the other borough, man, you got, my Yankees got Garrett Cole going today. Good to have him back. Hopefully he can, stay healthy. Although it's around that time where the injuries are starting to occur. Aaron Judge got hit by a pitch last night. He's going to be out of the lineup today, unfortunately. Thankfully, the X-rays were negative. I think he's just going to miss some time. But Soto at the top of the lineup, he should be fine. Volpe's been hitting the ball pretty well. So hopefully they can stay within striking distance of keeping that best record. And they still have the best record in MLB, right? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, so hopefully they can stay pat with that. I mean, the pitching's been amazing. And just getting Garrett Cole's back, it's like getting something new before the trade deadline. But yeah, man, without further ado, we'll hop right into it, D-Rock, unless you got anything else you want to add.
No, I was just going to say, thankfully, the X-rays were negative in all the scans for Aaron Judge.
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
Been really good.
Yes, sir. So we'll start off at the top of the card with the Arizona. I'm thinking about the Arizona Cardinals. I'm already in football mode.
Yeah, I love it.
The Arizona D-backs traveling to the nation's capital, Washington Nationals. Washington 138. It's a consensus price, D-Rock. I mean, if you see anything better, feel free to let me know. But I just got a consensus price going up. We got 138 plus 120 on the get back for Arizona. Total at 9.5. I think it's kind of split around on the board. So what you like here, D-Rock?
Yeah, I got it a little earlier. I got the Nationals at minus 130. I like them here at home. I know they dropped the first game of this series. They actually got shut out 5-0. But with Mackenzie Gorin on the mound, I think they are the right side. I actually made him a minus 175 favorite. Gore, he's put together back-to-back solid starts against the Braves and Marlins. Just 2 runs given up in 12 innings. Strikeouts are high. Truthfully, he's only had one bad start at home this season. It was against my Mets. But, I can't back Ryan Nelson either. He's 1-3 on the road, 5.19 ERA. Batters are hitting over 300 off of him. I just think this is a bad spot here for the Snakes on the road. So Nationals, money is coming in on them, and rightfully so. I do think they're the better team. So I'll take the Nationals here at home.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I jumped in early as well. Got him at minus 135. I mean, not as good a number as you, but it was still right in line. I think it's good all the way up to about 150. To be honest with you, I mean, I think we got the better pitcher on the mound. Gore 37 Ks in his last 5 starts. 2 earned runs or less in 9 of those last 10 as well. And he's done it against, pretty tough offenses. I mean, Atlanta, depending on how you feel about Atlanta. Back when he faced them, I think they were still in good form, and I think they had Acuna as well. So he's faced them twice. He's went off against the Phillies, Houston, and the Dodgers. Pitched really well. You mentioned with Nelson, I mean, he's been up and down the last few starts, but he has allowed 9 earned runs in his last 2 road starts. So I'll be interested to see, how Gore goes against them. The starting pitchers for the Nationals haven't been getting as much acknowledgement as I think they should. They got a nice young core. Their starting pitchers ERA is under 2, I think 1.79 over the last 10. But they do got a tough task, D-Rock. And Washington, Arizona does hit lefties pretty well, 280. They're hitting almost 300 in the last 10 overall on 10.2 hits. So that's going to put me to the over, D-Rock. I like the over in this game, and I like Washington on the money line. So anything below 150, I think we're getting good value there. So I'll take the Nats and the over. So I guess we're in agreement there. Anything else you got for this game, D-Rock?
No, I'm all good for it.
All right, cool. So we'll go on to the next game. Seattle Mariners are traveling to see the Cleveland Guardians. We have a price of actually a home dog, D-Rock. I see even money for Cleveland with Seattle. I guess that's because Luis Castillo is going to be on the mound for Seattle, going against Logan Allen for the Cleveland Guardians. Plus 100 for Cleveland, minus 118 for Seattle. I see a total of 8.5. D-Rock. I'm gonna start it off with this, D-Rock. I think this is a mispriced, man. I know Seattle's got Castillo on the mound, and he's pretty good. Actually, a lot better than what his record indicates. But Logan Allen, I mean, he's been really good as of late. He hasn't pitched at home in a month. 4 straight road starts. He has allowed 3 earned runs or less in 5 of his last 6 starts. 2 or less in 3 of those, and he's also had 2 shutouts in that span. He's got some familiarity with the Seattle offense. He shut them out in an April start, 6 2/3 scoreless, only 4 hits. And we all know the Achilles heel of that Seattle team is their offense. The pitching is great. They just can't muster up a lot of offense. But as of late, the offense has been a little bit better, 23 runs in their last 4 games. But I think that's a little bit of an outlier. They've won 8 of 10 thanks to that hot start by their offense. But, I mean, Cleveland is hitting 269 in the last 10. They against lefties, 284. I mean, against righties, I'm sorry, 284. Seattle hitting 210 in the last 10 versus lefties. So I think it's a great spot for Logan Allen, man. I'm going to take Allen and Cleveland, 21-9 at home. I'll take them as a home dog here, D-Rock.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's mispriced, but I actually think it's the other way. I made him a minus 135 favorite.
Oh, man.
So I took the bait, if you want to say. I got a minus 118 with the Mariners. I think it's a steal. I can't back Logan Allen at home. I know he hasn't pitched over there at home in over a month, but he's been awful when he is at home. 7.33 ERA, 19 runs in 23 innings. Batters hitting almost 300 off of him. The advanced metrics show he's one of the luckiest pitchers. And I think if he wasn't on such of a good team, his record would be much worse. So I just like the recent form of the Mariners. I think they've been stellar, 8-2 in their last 10. And as favorites, they're 28-17 straight up. They took the first game of this series. And like you mentioned, we've all know this Achilles heel of this team is their pitching, but I think their bats have been better recently as well. I think they have the better starting pitcher. The better bullpen is definitely with Cleveland, but just frankly, I think they're the better team right now. So I'm going to continue to fade the Guardians here. Mariners keep it rolling, minus 118.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent. I mean, I think that Cleveland at home is just a different animal, and they've been getting a lot of support. I mean, Allen, he's kind of like, you never know what you're gonna get with him sometimes. But I think the struggles of Seattle's offense might come back to bite them here. But this is a great handicap. I don't disagree with anything that you said. Before we continue on, let's talk about we were talking about football earlier. I got the names mixed up, but let's talk about college football. The countdown to football season is on, and SGPN has got you covered. The College Football Experience is doing individual team previews for every college football team. Plus, SGPN's 5-minute fantasy football is your quick and dirty podcast, getting you prepped for all things fantasy. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. But we'll get back to the card here. D-Rock, want to go with a 110 start. The Tampa Bay Rays traveling to take on the Minnesota Twins. I have the Twins minus 125, the take back plus 105, over under set at 8. We got Zach Littell going against Simeon Woods Richardson. What do you like here, D-Rock?
Yeah, another game where I kind of feel we're getting the small number and mispriced. And I got to take the Twins here. -120. I got even -125. I still like my numbers made the Twins a -155 favorite. So I think plenty of value here to bet on the Twins. I don't know why the Rays are getting some respect here. I'm sorry, but they're just not a good team at home, on the road. It truly doesn't matter. Twins, they're trending upward right now. I think I would buy stock in them right before the All-Star break. They've won 6 in a row, 8 of the last 10. And Simeon Woods Richards, he's solid at home. And the Twins, they've won every start he's made at home. I'm going to continue to fade the Rays here. I like the Twins here at home, -125.
Yeah, we'll agree on this one, D-Rock. I like Minnesota. I actually got some futures on them. Hopefully they can, maybe get an arm or two in their rotation. I know when Shane Bieber went down, that kind of threw a wrench in what they wanted to do, but they've been rolling. I mean, they're 8-2 in their last 10. Yeah. Tampa is 3-7 in their last 10. The offense, I think, is making a big difference here. I mean, and 6+ runs in 6 straight games. They're hitting 337 in their last 10, D-Rock. 12 hits, 7.3 runs per 9. I mean, as long as they don't have to play the Yankees, they should be good, man. But I also like the over in this game. I think both teams will be able to score. Maybe not off of Simeon Woods Richardson right away. I think Tampa's been okay. We saw 13 runs in that meeting yesterday. Minnesota also as a favorite, dominant 30-16. You mentioned Littell. I mean, allowed a home run in his last 6 starts. Has not won a start in over a month. 5.79 ERA over his last 6 starts. So I think we got the better pitcher at home, better offense, better team in form. I think it's a slam dunk too, D-Right? I think this is a little bit of mispriced. I would play it up to maybe like -160-ish. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, I think we got a good price with a home team who's rolling right now. So I'll take Minnesota with you. I also like the over. If you could find a flat 8, I think flat 8 would be fine. I see one right now that's kind of reduced, so that's a good play as well. So we'll move on. The next game is the Astros and the White Sox, which is off the board right now. Do you see anything as far as number-wise for this game, D-Rock?
Let me double check. I know throughout the day there wasn't anything. Yeah, still nothing. I think it's going to be Chris Flexen. I saw Chris Flexen all day and Spencer Adigary.
Oh God! If it's him, you gotta just completely fade him. But I don't want to give up
the White Sox.
Man, listen, the White Sox been feisty over the last few games. Man, they're either getting blown out. 3-2 last 5. They had a shutout win against the Astros last night, which kind of cost me a decent amount of money. But I mean, they're only backable to me. The White Sox are when Crochet's on the mound, or what's my guy's name that's going? I forgot the other pitcher's name. Fetty. Crochet and Fetty. They probably won't be there too much longer after when we get into the
Lewis Roberts is going to be gone too.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, they're fighting still. They've been playing in a lot of closer games. Houston's been inconsistent, but I mean, everything's price dependent. I mean, we don't know what the price is, so I don't want to harp on the game too much unless you had anything else you wanted to add.
Yeah, nothing really, honestly.
All right, cool. So we'll move on. We'll go into Colorado, where the Dodgers, a crazy game last night. Did you happen to catch that last night?
Oh my God, he was outright the right fielder. I kind of thought he went, if I'm being honest.
He did go. Yeah, he went.
I thought they got the shit end of the stick, but
you give
a
up
coincidence.
But you give up a 7-0. They were up 7-0 and let them come back. Yeah, I mean, I get it, bad call, but come on, man, they gotta do a little bit better up 7-0. And it was early in the game, but I mean, they had all the momentum. But
that is the worst bullpen in the league, though.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so we got the Dodgers, man. They played a crazy game last night with the Rockies. Big price. The Dodgers laying $239. Take back on Colorado, which is $195. We got my guy Stone on the mound. I think Stone is an underrated pitcher in this lineup. D-Rock, interested to hear your thoughts on him. Going against Ty Blatch. So over under set at 11.5. D-Rock, what you got for this?
Oh man, as much shit as I was just talking, this pick is ugly, but it's not going to win any awards like Mal would say. But based on the number we're getting, I feel like we got to take a shot here with the Rockies plus 205. I only made the Dodgers a -190 favorite. We just talked about Lonte and me. We just talked about they should have lost last night. I think they got robbed. Yes, I don't trust the Rockies bullpen, which I don't think anyone should, but maybe take the Rockies first 5 plus a half. I mean, Ty Blatch isn't someone you want to back on the road, but at home, he hasn't been that bad. He's only allowed more than 2 runs at home twice this season. I think through the first heart of the lineup, maybe the first 3 to 4 innings, I think he could keep them live. So if they're able, and the Rockies, yes, they've been losing, but they've been scoring some runs as well. So I think they could. I think Ty Blach can keep them in the game, especially in the first 5 innings. So maybe if you don't feel comfortable with the bullpen like last night, maybe you take the Rockies first 5 plus a half. But strictly based on the value we're getting here with the home dog, give me the home puppy.
Yeah, AD Rock, man, I don't think you're crazy for that, to be honest with you. I like them. I like Colorado in the first 5. We mentioned it. We're talking about the bullpen. And Blatch, like you mentioned, he's been okay. He's got a high hit rate, though, so that kind of scares me. 7 hits in each of his last 3 games. Mm-hmm. So that kind of each of his last 3 starts, I'm sorry. So that kind of scares me a little bit with the power that the Dodgers have, even without Mookie in the lineup. And the Dodgers also hit 270 versus lefties. They're hitting 263 overall in the last 10. And if you just look at the combined, that kind of brings me to the over, because if you look at like what's been going on in the series, I mean, 34 combined runs in the first 2 games of the series. So we all know what the ball does in Coors. Both teams are over in 6 of the last 10. Stone, while I think he's underrated, he has a high contact rate as well. It's not resulted in a lot of runs, only 5 earned runs in his last 4 starts, but he has allowed a lot of contact as of late. So maybe that kind of regresses a little bit and we see some runs here. I'm going to go first 5 Colorado, first 5 over as well. I think that both of these pitchers allowing a lot of contact. Maybe the ball can, squeak in a gap or 2 and we can get some runs here. I'm really not worried about the Dodgers offense coming along. I think they'll be fine, especially the way they hit against lefties. So I think we'll get over that number in the first 5, which I think is it should be like around like 5.5. I don't know. Do you see a first 5 total?
I don't right now, but you got to imagine that like an 11.5,
like 5.5, right?
Yeah, around 5.5. So nothing out so far.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. But I do like. I don't think it's a horrible pick. I mean, I like Stone more than most. He did throw 6 scoreless versus Colorado in the earlier meeting, only on 4 hits. But Colorado's offense, I think you mentioned it, has been a lot better as of late. So I think that is something to notice. I'll go first 5 over, and I'll take the Colorado first 5 run line as well. Before we move on, let's talk about Underdog Fantasy. The Pick 8 is now live for the NBA Finals is not going on, but it's still live for the NHL Finals that's still going on. Create your entries with up to 8 picks, and Underdog will automatically double your flex entries, so you can miss up to 2 picks and still win your entry. With more picks to make and extra ways to win, the excitement is higher than ever. The best part, you can win up to 325 times your original amount. You can now use specials and boosts on all flex entries. I can't wait to make a Pick 8. I'm going to probably use you got to use McDavid. I mean, the way he's playing right now with one of my picks. I'm not sure about the rest, but I know McDavid will be up there. If I could use him for all my entries, I'll probably put him up there. But you don't want to miss out on a chance to try it before it's gone. So sign up with promo code MLB SGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MLB SGPN. All right, D-Rock, a few more games to go, man. Honestly, this has been a good series. I thought it was going to be a good series coming in. I never thought I would say that about the Oakland A's, but we got the Kansas City Royals traveling to Oakland to face the Athletics. We have plus 125 for the A's, minus 135 for the Royals. I see a total 8.5. You can get plus money on the 8.5 as juiced to the under. We got pitchers. What pitchers do we have going for? We have Seth Lugo going against Spence, and I think that's a good matchup for an over. To be honest, I know Lugo's been really good. He actually is tied for first in wins. I think with Ranger Suarez, if I'm not mistaken.
10, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got 11 quality starts this season. 6 innings pitched in 5 straight. So he's been really good. I think he's a really reliable ace for Kansas City. But I do think we can see some runs in this matchup, D-Rock. Spence has been up and down in his last 6 starts, 10 earned runs in his last 3, but in his previous 3, he only allowed 3. He does pitch to contact, 23 hits allowed in his last 3 starts. And although Lugo's been good, as of late, 11 earned runs in his last 3 starts. He had 9 total in his previous 7. His contact is always is also up along with Spence. So I think we can see both teams score here. Oakland's 5+ runs in 3 of their last 5. In the 4 meetings, at least one team has scored 5+ runs. If you combine the runs in those 4 meetings, 40 combined runs, so they're well over this total right now. I like the over, D-Rock. I think both teams will be able to get some runs in. And although Lugo, is pretty good and he has been lights out on the road pretty much, I think the A's offense is spicy, man. They've been really good, especially early on, similar to what we were talking about with Colorado. So I'm gonna go with the over here. If I had to lean to a side, I would lean to Lugo and Kansas City, but I probably wouldn't bet it. But I like the over a lot more.
Did you say you took the over 8.5? 8? What'd you get?
Yeah, I got 8.5. I got plus money 8.5.
So yeah, there's plus money, but there's 7.5s out there over
really?
on FanDuel and ESPN Bet. If you have that in your state, and that's what I took. I laid the little chalk minus 115, but I mean, the total seems low. I agree. My total came out to 8.1. So with the amount of runs the A's have given up this past week, I was honestly surprised it opened up at a 7.5. I thought it opened up around an 8, but the A's, they've gone over this total in 6 straight games. In those 6 games, they're giving up 6 runs per game. And I think we'll be able to see 2-3 runs from the A's as well. And, I know Seth Lugo's, he's been great this season, but on the road in his last 2 starts in the month of June, he's given up 5 runs to the Guardians, 2 runs to the Dodgers. He hasn't had the best June, I would say. So he's also faced the A's back in the middle of May. A's were able to get 2 runs off of him in that start. Game went over the total as well. So, and in California, we got 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing out into center field. So that should help carry the ball just a tad. So, yeah, I love the over 7.5 if you could still get that.
Yeah, man, I'll definitely take the 7.5 any day. I think we see both teams get to at least 5 runs. Yeah. To be honest, I just think the way Oakland's offense, man, they got some guys in the lineup that I wouldn't mind seeing on other teams to maybe to get more notoriety, but they're just not good as a collective group right now. I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe they can find some room to move some of those guys, or keep them for when they move to Vegas, or if they move to Vegas. So yeah, we'll move on to even more exciting matchup. We got the Baltimore Orioles traveling to Yankee Stadium to face the Yankees. We got left-handed pitcher Cole Irvin going against Louis Hill. The Yankees minus 135, plus 114 on the get back for the Orioles. Total 8.5, 9. D-Rock, I don't know if you see anything different. I see kind of a split action, 8.5, 9. The under is reduced juice, so you can get that. But what you like here, D-Rock?
Yeah, for the total, I see 8.5 to 9, so shop around. But I'm going to go with the Yankees here, minus 134. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these opening lines, Lonte, but I got to take the Yankees here at this price. My numbers made him a minus 190 favorite here at home. Lucas Gill, he's been good at home, but he's been good in general, but he's bbeen lights out at home. 5-0 with a 1.58 ERA, just 7 runs this season given up at home in 40 innings. Batters only hitting a $125 off of him. The Yankees have yet to lose when Gill starts for them at home, and I get it. The Orioles, they have a top 10 offense. They're extremely aggressive at the plate, but Gill, he's already has a win over this Oriole team where he went 6 scoreless innings. Just gave up 2 hits, struck out 5. They won that game 2-0. So I think we see a similar game. I think the Yankees are the right side. Cole Irvin going for them. And I'd rather back Cole Irvin at home. And the Orioles, I like backing them against lefties. They hit lefties much better than they do righties. So I just think this is a good spot for the Yankees and Gill to keep it rolling. So minus 134, minus 135, whatever you could get, I think it's a cheap price here for the Yankees.
Yeah, I would lean that way as well. But I like the under more. The under 9. Just find a 9 if you can. It's 8.5, 9. The last 5 meetings have went under between these two teams. Total combined runs 25, which brings out an average total to around like 8.8. Not much room there, but I think that with both of these pitchers on the mound, you mentioned it with Hill. I don't want to go over him. He's had 4 shutouts in his last 9 starts. Low hit rate, 3 hits or less in 8 of his last 9 starts. And Irvin, while he has been better at home, he does have 5 shutouts and 11 starts, only allowed over 2 runs twice all year. But the thing is, Yankees are pretty good against lefties, and he's allowed a lot of hits, 8+ hits in 4 straight games. So he got to kind of tread lightly there. And I know I'm taking the under, but I think both pitchers will be in good command. Maybe Judge is out of the lineup, so going to take a couple of games for the Yankees to adjust. But I like the under. I'll lean to the Yankees, but I just won't be able to pull the trigger. Although I think it's a fairly I think it's decently priced. Would you make the game, D-Rock?
Minus 190.
Jesus. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I guess I can see your logic there, but I'll stay off the side. I like the under, maybe even the first 5 under. So we won't have to get involved with some late inning shenanigans. As you know, I'm partially a part of most of these times. So we'll move on to the next to last game. San Francisco Giants traveling to the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals minus 122. Get back even money on San Francisco. We have a total of 8.5. I think I see a few nines, but not many, but mostly 8.5. So make sure you shop around. D-Rock, this is a tough game for me, to be honest with you. I lost on the Cards today. I thought they were in a good spot. Thought they would land a low number, but they're returning home from a 2-series road trip. San Francisco is much better at home. St. Louis 2 games over at home. Both offenses have been kind of up and down. It was kind of hard for me to get a read on the game. Palante's kind of been like, I don't know what's his deal. He's exited his last start with 59 pitches. He's under 4 innings pitched in 2 of his last 3 starts. So no like continuity or consistency there. And Wynn has been kind of a gas can. He's coming off a quality start, 3 earned runs allowed. But if you just look like deeper into his numbers, 24 earned runs in his previous 4 starts, 5 home runs allowed in that span. Don't trust him at all. I'm gonna go to the over, D-Rock. I mean, I don't know which side to go on. I mean, I think it's probably properly priced, but I'll lean to the over, thinking that both teams can score here.
Yeah, the total is sitting at 9.5, so I agree at that. But remember, this is playing at it's a neutral site. This is at the Richmond Field in Birmingham, Alabama.
You're right.
So it's a little different, but it should be a fun game to watch. I'm interested to see how the field is. I'm going to take the Cardinals here. I agree on your total. I set my total at 9.9, so I agree on the over, and you're getting plus money there. So I agree there. For the side, though, I do like the Cardinals minus 116. My numbers made them a minus 125 favorite. You know, I don't want to back the Giants or Keaton Wynn in this spot. Giants lost again today. They don't play well away from home. And who knows how they're going to play in Birmingham, Alabama. So, I think the Cardinals, I think they're the better hitting team. And if Andre Palat, even if he could only give you 3 to 4 innings, I think I trust the bullpen of the Cardinals much more than I do the Giants. So I think the Cardinals, I know they lost again today to the Fish, but I actually like that they lost because now coming here, I think they bounce back. So minus 116 with the better team, I'll bite. And how do you lose the day after Willie Mays dies?
I mean, what I'm saying, bro?
You have no heart.
Yeah, zero. Before we get into the last game on the slate, let's talk about Rhythm. If you're betting on player props, then you need to download Rhythm. Rhythm is the go-to sports betting tool that transforms complex data into actionable insights, empowering bettors with smarter, data-driven decisions. Unlike other platforms, Rhythm combines advanced predictive analytics with an intuitive user experience, making betting both easy and enjoyable. Rhythm's predictive models were born from the brains of MIT data scientists and quants with over 3 years of data that help drive you to better AI-backed betting decisions. Plus, it's never too early to start your NFL projections. Claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Last game on the slate, D-Rock. We got another tough one for me, at least. We got the Milwaukee Brewers traveling to San Diego to take on the Padres. Padres are a home pup here. Even money, minus 120 for the Brewers. We got Wilson on the mound for Milwaukee, and we got Mazur on the mound for San Diego. Total at 8.5. D-Rock, what you like here?
Oops, sorry, I was on mute. Last game on the board. I mean, how can anyone back the Padres right now? You know, they did win today. They snapped their 5-game losing streak, but now they got to travel back home where, surprisingly, they're under 500 here on the season at home. Brewers play well on the road. And I'm sorry, I don't want to back Adam Muser at all. You know, the Padres, they've lost all 3 of his starts. And at home, he's been the worst. So doesn't matter if he goes 4, 5-6 innings. I think the Brewers are going to tax them. They hit righties extremely well. This is a good team. I think enough sample size. We're almost about halfway through the season. This is a good team. No one counted the Brewers to be a first-place team, and they're proving everyone wrong. This is a really good team. So I think they're much better than the Padres, and I think they're going to actually smoke them. So I like them minus 120. I like them run line, team total. I think they smoke the Padres.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be on that run line as well. I was leaning to Milwaukee. You kind of just talked me on. They're 24-14 as a favorite, 22-17 on the run line on the road. They're getting all 9 at bats here. Wilson has been kind of in between starting and like bulk relief, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with him this game. San Diego struggling as of late. They lost 5 of 6, 3 runs or less in 4 of the last 6. Milwaukee, you mentioned it, good on the road. I think their offense will travel. I like Milwaukee here. I think they are the better team. I think we got the better pitcher on the mound, more consistent. I think we know what we're going to get with Milwaukee, whereas we're kind of guessing on what to do with San Diego. So I'll go with Milwaukee on the run line. I think it's actually a good price there. Get some nice plus money. And I'll lean to the Milwaukee team total to go over as well.
Love it.
All right, D-Rock, we did it. I mean, in record time. Munaf's going to be happy wherever he's at. Probably picking losers, but we'll wrap it up, man. We'll get into the lock and dog, and then we'll get into our dingers and see what we got for tomorrow. So I'll start with the lock and dog. D-Rock, you can lead it off if you want.
Yeah, I got you. I'll start with my lock, and I can't believe I'm saying this as a New York Met fan, but give me the New York Yankees.
Oh yeah,
here. Like
it's a Yankee podcast, man.
Yeah, I know. Captain Insano would be very happy if he was here. Yeah, but like I said, man, I don't know. I think Lucas Gill at home is just. I hate to use the L word because, nothing in sports gambling is a lock, but I just think at home they play so well. It's going to be a close game. Like you said, the unders cash the last 5 straight. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think they have the advantage at home, and he already has some familiarity with this Oriole lineup. So I'm gonna back the Yankees and then being at home with Lucas Gill on the mound as my lock at minus 135. As my dog, I was gonna give out the Rockies and just do another a $2 one. But I'm going to do the run line here with the Brewers, excuse me. I just think I just got to fade this pitcher and Adam User. He's 0-3. I don't expect him to be in the rotation once, the injuries start to come back and everything. So I like the Brewers here. They hit righties really well, and they play well on the road. So, I'm gonna fade the Padres here at home and take the Brewers here on the road on the run line.
Yeah, man, I don't hate that at all. I'm actually gonna play that myself. For the lock, I don't want to go to the same game. My lock was gonna be that Yankee, even though it's a different measure. It was gonna be Yankee Baltimore under. I'm gonna go with something that we disagreed on, D-Rock. I'm gonna go as a lock. I'm going with the home pup here. Going with Cleveland, man. Logan Allen on the mound. I know he hasn't been as good as you would like. I know Castillo's obviously the superior pitcher. I mean, I think Cleveland at home, I think they'll be ready to go. 21-9 at home. They're hitting the ball extremely well. Castillo has had some blow-ups at times, getting himself in trouble with some walk issues. Seattle, don't trust their offense. I know they've been better as of late, but I think I'll rely on the full season metrics. They're still hitting 210 versus lefties. And Logan Allen, I mean, 2 earned runs or less in 4 of his last 6 starts, 2 shutouts in that span. He has shut out Seattle already, so some familiarity there. So I'm going to go with Cleveland as the lock, man. Although it's a dog, I'm going to go with them as the lock at even money tomorrow night. For the dog, I'm going to go with Minnesota on the run line. Give me Minnesota on the run line. What do we have? Let me try to find a number really quick. I didn't write the number down. I see they got the reverse. Do you see a minus 1.5 for Minnesota?
Yeah, let me get it for you.
They got this crazy plus 1.5.
Minus 1.5 is at plus 160.
Yeah, give me the Twins, man. I think the Twins are rolling right now. One of the hotter teams in baseball after your Mets, D-Rock. Offense has been off the chain. 6+ runs in 6 straight. They're hitting almost 340, hitting the ball really well. I don't think Tampa will be able to slow them down. I mean, especially with Littell, hasn't been in good form, hasn't won a start in over a month. Allowed a home run in his last 6 starts. So I'll take Minnesota minus 1.5, even though they're not getting all 9 at bats. I don't think they'll need it. I think they come out and blow Tampa out of the water. So I like that play a lot, which will lead me into our dingers for tomorrow. D-Rock, I'm going Byron Buxton. Buxton tomorrow. I think he didn't have a hit. Obviously, this is not correlated because we don't know what he's going to do today. But I think he'll be fine today. He didn't have a hit yesterday. I think he'll come in and have 2 back-to-back games. And I think he hits a bomb tomorrow. I would go with him to hit a bomb. I also like one of my favorite players as of late, D-Rock, CJ Abrams for Washington. Man, he's electric. I don't trust Nelson at all. He has been up and down on the road, especially. So I think CJ Abrams and my guy Byron Buxton to hit bombs tomorrow. What you got?
All right, for my dinger of the day, I'm gonna go the second baseman for the Cardinals, Nolan Gorman, to hit a home run off a Keaton win. He leads the team in home runs. He has 17. He just hit one Wednesday against the Mariners. 12 of 17 home runs have come by righties as well. He has 5 home runs in the month of June. Batting 394 slugging percentage, but Keaton win. He's allowed at least 1 home run in his last 4 starts, 4 total, 2 in 1 game. And I think he gets one off of Keane tomorrow in Birmingham, Alabama. So Nolan Gorman, give me him for dinger of the day. I like it.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up for the slate. D-Rock, anything else you want to add? Anything you got going tonight? Were you on last night? I didn't know. I didn't watch the show.
No, I wasn't. I do want to go back for my dog of the day. I didn't give out the price, but -1.5 for the Brewers is at +146. But no, I wasn't on the show yesterday. 1-1 on the day so far. Pittsburgh locked for me. I took a shot with Cy Young, Tariq Skubal, but he got exposed today on the road by the Braves. So not looking good, but I took the Mariners again. I took the Mets. I mean, we got to take the Mets. -110. And I'm also on the under in Groshette and Houston. I like that matchup tonight with Hunter Brown.
Yeah, I started off okay, 2-2. I hit the 2-2-1. I hit the I got to the party late with Atlanta and got 7 instead of 7.5 for the total. So I pushed there. I did have Atlanta outright. I had Pittsburgh outright, and I lost on the Phillies, and I lost one more game. I can't remember who it was, but I lost on them as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the slate today. I like Gosman a lot at home. I'm going Angels first 5.
It's just they're such a hard team to get a read on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they are. And trust me, I've sworn them off of this podcast numerous times, but it's still, I'm still here as you can see. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for us. D-Rock, I don't know if you had anything else, man. If you want to take a shot at Munaf or anybody else on the network, feel free. It's your time.
Yeah, no one taking shots. Just gearing up. I know this is like the slow start. We only got really soccer. I know Mal's diving into the Euros right now, but other than that, we just have. Look who just. Is this
we were talking shit about you,
and it just popped up. But yeah, nothing to go. And then we have, we're about a month away till people start reporting to training camp. So. I'm going away in a month for my birthday, and then I'm locked and loaded till February. The grind never stops.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So I appreciate everybody in the chat. I'm usually in there active, but I'm a bad host, so I can't like multitask. I'm not as good yet as Mal and those guys to be able to multitask and kind of do all these things. So yeah, man, thanks for everybody for in the chat. Hopefully we cashed some tickets today from the show yesterday, and hopefully me and D-Rock, this is the first podcast that we've done all year, man. Hopefully we kill it, and we'll be back tomorrow. Well, we won't be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. I won't be back tomorrow. I'm not sure about D-Rock, but somebody will be back tomorrow in some form or fashion. So we'll catch you tomorrow.